Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn about economics, 12th economics. So, contents are serial number, name of the chapter, page number, tentative number of periods. So, there are total 8 topics and near about, I think, weightage will be 8 to 10 marks for each and every topic. So first of all, we are going to learn about microeconomics, introduction to microeconomics and macroeconomics. हम first of all microeconomics के बारे में पढ़ेंगे, उसके बाद macroeconomics के बारे में पढ़ेंगे. So let's recall, आपको याद करना है, you have already studied in class 11th. Last year हमने क्या पढ़ाई की थी? The meaning and definition of economics given by different economics. There are so many economists who gives definition about economics. Economics के बारे में हमें मालूम है. अभी इस साल हम क्या पढ़ने वाले हैं? Microeconomics and macroeconomics के बारे में पढ़ेंगे. So because of there are two branches of economics, that is microeconomics. First one is microeconomics and second one is macroeconomics. So introduction. First of all, introduction पढ़ेंगे. Okay. So microeconomics and macroeconomics are the two main branches of modern economics. Modern economics के दो branches है, microeconomics and macroeconomics. Means we can broadly classified our economic subject into two categories. हम ये जो subject है दो category में हम divide कर सकते हैं. एक है microeconomics और second one is macroeconomics. The term microeconomic is derived from the Greek word. Microeconomics जो word है Greek word से हमने derived किया है. माइक्रो मीन्स स्मॉल और मिलियन पार्ट. इसका मतलब ये है कि 10 मिलियन पार्ट, 1 मिलियन इक्वल टू 10 लाख. 10 लाख का एक अगर पार्ट है तो उसको कहते हैं 1 मिलियन पार्ट कहते हैं. इसका मतलब बहुत ही छोटा, बहुत ही स्मॉल. द टर्म मैक्रो इज derived फ्रॉम द ग्रीक वर्ड macros which means large. इसका मतलब ये micro means very very small and macro means very very large. When we are going to study about detail, when we are going to study about particular thing in detail, and when we are going to choose large aggregate unit, that is called macroeconomics. Micro means small, macro means large. So the term were coined by Norwegian economist Ragnar Frisch of Oslo University in 1933. So this is one of the person who coined both the terms microeconomics and macroeconomics for the first time. So this is very very important person and very popular person. Who is the popular person? Ragnar Frisch. Because most of the microeconomics theories are popularized by रैगनर फिश. रैगनर फिश ने जो कुछ भी माइक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स के जो थेरीज थे उनको बहुत ही पॉपुलर किया है. देयर आर सो मेनी इकोनॉमिक्स हु गिव्स कंट्रीब्यूशन टुवर्ड द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ माइक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स. द बट most important person is Ragnar Fish. So we will study about Ragnar Fish. So do you know, आपको मालूम है हु इज द रैगनर फिश, व्हाट इज द कंट्रीब्यूशन टुवर्ड द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ इकोनॉमिक्स. इकोनॉमिक्स में उनका कंट्रीब्यूशन क्या है हमें मालूम होना चाहिए. रैगनर एंटन किटिल फ्रिश, ड्यूरेशन इज 1895 टू 1973. और नॉर्वेन econometrician and economist, was joint winner with John Tinbergen of the first Nobel Prize for economics in 1969. 1969 में Ragnar Fish and John, these two are the person who win the Nobel Prize. Nobel Prize is one of the very very important prize or very famous prize. Okay, so these two persons jointly win that prize. उन्होंने नोबेल प्राइज जीता था in 1969 में. He was a pioneer of econometrics, the application of mathematical model and statistical technique to economics data and theories. So he is the pioneer. Pioneer means first person. First person. So he introduced different types of economic concept. Okay, for example, law of diminishing marginal utility, law of demand, law of supply. So he explained all theories with the example of table, with the example of diagram. So he gives explanation with table and diagram. So he is the person who use different types of mathematical models. Mathematical skill जो models है, ये जो models use करने वाला first person अगर कोई है, तो he is the person. He coined many economic terms, microeconomics, macroeconomics, and there are so many economic terms which is introduced by Ragnar Frisch. So he is very important person for us. In an article of Business Cycle, Frisch was likely the first person to have referred to the study of individual firm. So Frisch is the person who says about who gives contribution toward the development of microeconomics, and he introduced the concept of study of individual firm, individual microeconomics. In study of individual firm is one of the example of microeconomics. Individual firm का ये जो example है वो microeconomics का है. Producer as microeconomics. Moreover, he referred the study of aggregate economy as macroeconomics. It means that he not only gives contribution toward the development of microeconomics, he also gives contribution toward the development of macroeconomics. Macroeconomics के बहुत सारे concept उन्होंने explain किया था, मगर mostly his theories are related to microeconomics. Macroeconomics में उनका जो contribution है वो बहुत ही important contribution है. Okay, so you should know, हमें मालूम होना चाहिए, क्या मालूम होना चाहिए. दिस क्वेश्चन ऑल्सो आस्क फॉर 3 मार्क्स. ये क्वेश्चन भी आपको 3 मार्क्स या 4 मार्क्स के लिए पूछते हैं. जनरली जुलाई एग्जाम में ये क्वेश्चन आता है. ओके, सो हिस्टोरिकल रिव्यू ऑफ माइक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स. माइक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स की जो हिस्ट्री है उसके बारे में हम पढ़ने वाले हैं. माइक्रो इकोनॉमिक एनालिसिस वाज डेवलप्ड फर्स्ट. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल we already studied that there are two branches of economics. First one is microeconomics and second one is macroeconomics. But here, who is the old means microeconomics is known as old, and macroeconomics is new. So it is traditional approach. Microeconomics के जो कुछ भी theories है वो traditional है, old है. Origin of this approach can be traced back to the era of classical economics, Adam Smith, David Ricardo, J.S. Mills. So these are the person who also gives contribution toward the development of microeconomics. Adam Smith को तो हम कहते हैं father of economics. Okay, David Ricardo, J.S. Mills, these are the old economics. Classical economics means old theories. So these are the person who also gives contribution toward the development of microeconomics. It was popularized by neoclassical economics professor Alfred Marshall in his book. Alfred Marshall ने एक book लिखा था, उस book का नाम है Principle of Economics. This is very important point you have to keep in mind. हमें ये point याद रखना है. What is the name of the book which is written by Alfred Marshall? So Principles of Economics. The book name is Principle of Economics. Published in 1890. ये जो book है 1890 में उन्होंने publish किया था. Other economics like Professor Pigou, J.R. Hicks, Professor Samuelson, John Robinson, etc. have also contributed to the development of microeconomics. These are the person, they are also gives more contribution toward the development of microeconomics. But microeconomics means Alfred Marshall and macroeconomics means Lord J.M. Keynes. These are the two person who gives more and more contribution toward the development of economics. So first of all, we have been studied historical review. This question may be asked for 2 marks or 3 marks. So now historical review of macroeconomics. Now we are going to study about macroeconomics, the history of macroeconomics. Macroeconomics की जो कुछ भी history है उसके बारे में हम पढ़ने वाले हैं. Macroeconomics did exist in the past. Macroeconomics भी past में था क्या? Yes. बट जो मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स है वो पॉपुलर कब हुआ 1930 में. ओके, सो वी विल स्टडी इन डिटेल. बिफोर द इवोल्यूशन ऑफ माइक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स इन 16th and 17th century followers mercantilist, a group of English merchant advocated policies to the government which were based on macro approach. So they this macroeconomics also exist in the past. वो 16th and 17th century में जो एडम स्मिथ है और देर आर सम इकोनॉमिक्स mercantilist economics of group of English merchants who advocate, who gives advice to the government regarding how to formulate our economic policies. So these things is related to macroeconomics. Macroeconomics is very important. So in 18th century, Physiocrates, French thinker, tried to analyze the concept of national income. So national income and wealth, this is one of the example of macroeconomics. So it means that this macroeconomics also exist in the past. मैक्रो पास्ट में भी एग्जिस्ट था, मगर ये जो मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स की थ्योरीज है वो मोस्टली पॉपुलर कब हुए 1930 में, क्योंकि उस साल मीन्स when there is a great depression in America, that time this macroeconomic theories become so popular. So okay, हाँ. Next, okay, so classical economics theories, J.S. Mills discuss the determination of national income and wealth, but macroanalysis was combined with microanalysis. Thus, microanalysis ruled world of economics till the Great Depression of 1930. Macroeconomics uh, before 1930 there was only one economics, that is called microeconomics. Ruled over all the world, it means that most of the theories are related to only microeconomics. Means there was no macroeconomics. Clearly, after the Great Depression, Lord J.M. Keynes Maynard Keynes published his famous book, The General Theory of Employment, Interest and Money. So this is one of the book which is written by J.M. Keynes. That book's name is General Theory of Employment and Interest and Money. So this book is very popular, and that time this book becomes very popular, and in that books J.M. Keynes explain about macroeconomics theories. Keynes used a macro approach to analyze economic problem. The credit for the development of macro approach goes to Lord J.M. Keynes. Besides Keynes, Malthus, Wicksell, Malthus, Irving Fishers, and other economists who have contributed to the development of macroeconomics. There are some other persons who also gives contributions toward the development of macroeconomics, but who is the main important person who gives more and more contribution toward the development of macroeconomics? That person's name is Lord J.M. Keynes. So Lord J.M. Keynes is one of the very important person who gives more and more contribution toward the development of macroeconomics. So here now we will study about meaning and uh, meaning of macroeconomics in next part. So thanking you. Please like, share this video with your friend.